Welcome to the press conference for the 2024 St. Patrick's Day Parade here in Rochester, New York. Our 47th year in its current form that this parade is taking place, with a couple of interruptions there by CO and VID number 19. And we're proud to put forward this effort for this year once again to be back on the streets. My name is Mark Dowdell. As I said before, welcome, and it's so good to have you here for our press conference kicking off parade season. First thing I'd like to do is, obviously we have this beautiful municipal building here in City Hall, and it's a wonderful place to have this event, just for its decorum and whatnot, and the pipes echoing through the marble. But it wouldn't be possible without the people in charge allowing us to take over for a short period of time. We would personally like to reach out to Mayor Malik Evans and thank him, and also on his behalf today, I'd like to bring up Deputy Mayor Mike Burns, who's going to speak to you on behalf of the city and this marvelous event. Mr. Burns.
Well, thank you, Mark, and thank you to the entire St. Patrick's Day Parade Committee. I am really looking forward to the parade this year. And even though we've had a relatively warm winter, I think we could still use a little green. And if you could see what I'm seeing before me, there's plenty of green. So on behalf of Mayor Evans, I am thrilled to welcome you all to City Hall today. And I know the mayor is excited to see all of you at the parade next week. And I also want to thank County Executive Adam Bello for joining us here today. The St. Patrick's Day Parade kicks off our festival season and is one of the first signs that spring is indeed coming. It brings tens of thousands of people to our center city to experience and celebrate Rochester's Irish pride. And that Irish pride truly shines each year, no matter the weather, thanks to the hard work of the all-volunteer St. Patrick's Day Parade Committee and their sponsors. So let's give them a big round of applause. I'd also like to thank DES Commissioner Rich Perrin, Operations Director Karen St. Aubin, and their crews for getting our parade route ready and ensuring that downtown will indeed shine next Saturday. And thank you to the Gates Keystone Pipes and Drum Band and the Rochester Academy of Irish Dance for really getting us in the spirit today. What wonderful performances by both of those groups. I'm looking forward to marching the parade, as is the mayor, and seeing everyone gather together on our streets. So I will see you downtown next weekend along with Mayor Evans. Now I'd like to invite County Executive to the podium to say a few words, and when he's done, we will read a joint proclamation for Irish American Heritage Month. Thank you.
All right. All right, good morning. Thank you to the Deputy Mayor Mike Burns and the City of Rochester, Mayor Evans, for hosting us here again this year in this beautiful auditorium. And again, I want to thank the Parade Planning Committee, who each year bring the St. Patrick's Day Parade to downtown Rochester. Let's give the Parade Committee, Mark, thank you for all of your work. Where'd Mark go? Oh, you're right over next to me. Yeah, thank you, Mark. Let's give the Parade Committee a big round of applause. This really is one of the greatest, honestly, this is one of the greatest days of the year for us here at the county and the city, because obviously we're going to have the painting of the green, we have the parade next weekend, but it's also a significant day because we're a festival town. We like to celebrate here throughout the county, and this is really the kickoff to that festival season. It's kickoff to fun. We're coming out of the winter season. We didn't really have much of a winter this year. I should knock on something, but I don't want to jinx it for next week. But you know, we're coming out of the winter season. Everyone's coming out of hibernation here, and we're ready to have fun. And the St. Patrick's Day Parade is the way to kick that off. I also want to congratulate all of the honorees today, all the honorary Grand Marshals and our Grand Marshals today. It really is a day that I hope you remember for a long time. I'm actually lucky to be part of the legacy of this parade. I was a previous honorary Grand Marshal a few years ago. I still have my sash. I'll wear it at the parade. Now, I don't want to say I wear it around the house sometimes when I want to feel special and important, but I do. But this is really, it was really a proud moment for me to be part of this, not just as a community leader in the county executive, but also as a descendant of Irish immigrants. It's a really special way, I think, for me as well to display the pride I have in my Irish heritage, as well as my in-laws. I actually married a Feely, so we have some Irish on both sides of the family here. But that's not unique to our family. In Monroe County, there's roughly 106,000 people here in our county that trace their lineage back to Ireland. And just 2 summers ago, we were able to welcome representatives from Monroe County's sister county in Ireland, County Cavan. And the leadership from County Cavan came. We tried to put together a good day for them to spend time here in the county, see what we're all about, and they happened to be here right at another festival time too, which was Fringe Festival. So we're able to bring them downtown to Parcel 5, do a great dinner, show them a number of things, and then put on a really good show here in downtown Rochester. And so we had a really good time, and we're hoping to bring them back. And actually the mayor and I are hoping to go visit County Cavan hopefully sometime soon. County Cavan actually has an important relationship here to our community as well. It's also the birthplace of the heroic Colonel Patrick O'Rourke. Patrick O'Rourke, he immigrated to Rochester as an infant with his family, and Colonel O'Rourke was the first person of Irish descent to graduate from West Point Academy. He answered the call of President Lincoln to serve in the Civil War, and he rose to the rank of colonel in the Union Army, leading the 140th New York Volunteer Infantry Regiment. He made the ultimate sacrifice, losing his life in the battle at Gettysburg, the deadliest battle in the Civil War that claimed nearly 50,000 lives. But today, we continue to honor his legacy and service, having named the bridge in his honor, the Colonel Patrick O'Rourke Bridge, and it connects the town of Irondequoit in the city of Rochester. And I think that's a fitting tribute to Colonel O'Rourke, because in a lot of ways, that's what the Irish American community did here. When we had Irish immigrants coming to our community, they weren't always met with praise and joy. There was a lot of discrimination. And one of the things that the Irish community did was build strong ties to neighborhoods. There's Little Dublin, right up at St. Paul, but built strong ties throughout this community, built essentially like a community of their own, and helped each other be able to grow and thrive and connect their families. And that was that connection that helped to grow and strengthen the Irish Americans that were here in our community. And so using that bridge to connect the city of Rochester, the town of Irondequoit, and thinking about the Irish community as a connection here in our community, I think was an interesting way, in a good way to honor his legacy. So again, thank you to the efforts of the St. Patrick's Day Planning Committee for putting this on again this year, for all of your efforts. A lot of work goes into doing parades and things like this in our community. It takes just a lot of people and a lot of effort. Next weekend, we're going to have thousands of people from across the region, as we do every year, come out to celebrate. And hopefully, with the luck of the Irish, we'll have some nice weather. I looked at the weather app this morning, 50 degrees, which is a lot better than a couple of years ago. That wind tunnel right around the Hyatt was really rough. But this year, hopefully, we're going to have a nice, warm, great weather to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. So with that, I'll bring back up the Deputy Mayor of the City of Rochester, and we have a special proclamation to offer this year. Is that right? Yep, go ahead. Yep.
At this point, I'd like to bring up all of the representatives for the Rochester area Irish people, the Irish American Institute, the AOH Ladies and Men's Chapters or Work Division, anybody of the Emeralds. If I've forgotten anybody, I apologize, but come on up as the joint proclamation is read, as well as Jim Gilmore, who's going to represent us all. Thank you.
Okay, so we have a special proclamation to mark today, and it starts with, whereas every March, Monroe County and the City of Rochester join communities around the country in celebrating Irish American Heritage Month, a time to recognize the contributions Irish immigrants and their descendants have made to our nation. And
whereas this month we honor the courage and perseverance of the Irish American community, knowing the City of Rochester and Monroe County have been home to many influential Irish Americans, such as Colonel Patrick O'Rourke, Catherine de Valera Wheelwright, nurseryman Patrick Barry, the laborers who built the Erie Canal, and others. And
whereas for more than 2 centuries, America has been made and remade by striving, hopeful immigrants looking for a chance to pursue their dreams, millions among them born in Ireland, united with their fellow immigrants by their belief in a better life. People of Irish ancestry have made immeasurable contributions to the greater Rochester region. As early as 1817, the Irish arrived and established a vibrant settlement on the east side of the Genesee River, a gorge known as Dublin. And by the mid-1800s, Irish-born residents numbered more than any other immigrant group in the Rochester area. Today, people of Irish ancestry comprise about 15% of Monroe County's population. And
whereas this month we celebrate the Irish-American journey and we reflect on the ways a nation so small has inspired so much in another. Generations of Irish left the land of their forebears to cast their fortunes with a young republic. These Irish immigrants often endured prejudice and stinging ridicule, but through it all, these new citizens never gave up on one of our oldest ideas, that anyone from anywhere can write the next great chapter in the American story. In time, what it meant to be Irish helped define what it means to be an American. While sharing in America's success, Irish Americans have retained the best of their heritage and passed it down to their children. And
whereas that familiar story has been lived and cherished by Americans from all backgrounds, and it reaffirms our identity as a nation of immigrants from all around the world. Today, with pride, we reflect on the many contributions of our Irish immigrants and their descendants and celebrate the cultural richness that they have brought to our city and our county. So now, therefore, we, Malik D. Evans, Mayor of the City of Rochester, and Adam Bello, Monroe County Executive, do hereby proclaim March 2024 to be Irish American Heritage Month in the City of Rochester and the County of Monroe.
Good morning, everybody. First, I'd like to say that on behalf of all the Irish organizations, which include the Ancient Order of Hibernians, Cultus Cateri Erin, Rochester Police Emerald Society, Rock City Gaelic, Irish American Cultural Institute, the O'Rourke Society, the Ladies Ancient Order of Hibernians, St. John Fisher Irish Studies, the Sister Cities Program, and, of course, the St. Patrick's Day Parade, and many others. We would like to thank County Executive Bello and Mayor Evans, along with Deputy Mayor Burns, for their proclamation. This is the 35th year the United States has recognized and celebrated the very significant contributions of Irish Americans in our country and local communities. The Irish have defended freedom for all, starting with the American Revolution and again in the Civil War, with the likes of Commodore Barry, the first naval admiral under Washington, and Colonel O'Rourke leading the Irish Brigade to victory in Gettysburg, respectively. Instrumental in the formation of our government, the Declaration of Independence, our Constitution. The Irish literally helped build our country from the ground up while working on the Erie Canal. We invite everybody to enjoy the numerous entertaining and educational programs and opportunities throughout March. Please experience Irish dance performance, cultist traditional Irish music sessions, local library programs called Sheemsas that include music, history, dance, and even some Irish soda bread. Of course, the largest event is the St. Patrick's Day Parade. Please visit the Irish American Heritage Month Facebook page and the pages of the organizations and websites. And in the words of an Irish proverb, for each petal on the shamrock, this brings a wish your way. Good health, good luck, and happiness for today and every day. Thank you very much.
Somebody absconded with my notes. That's okay. Oh, boy. I'm going to do this off the cuff. Since we've got such a wonderful batch of Irish people gathered here today, my responsibility was to take and move us a step. There we go. You can never trust those deputy mayors. Thank you, Mike. The Colonel Patrick O'Rourke Society, who you heard mentioned here a few times today, in association with Mayor Malik Evans, Deputy Mayor Burns, County Executive Adam Bello, the Sister Cities Program of Rochester, and the AOH, Ladies and Men's, we would like to announce the initiation of an Irish American Heritage Memorial. This memorial will tell stories of what America did for the Irish, as well as what the Irish meant for the development of America. We'd like to thank the mayor and the county executive and their staffs for their positive efforts thus far in pursuing this Heritage Memorial. We'll also be glad to be working with the community of Charlotte and their representatives to secure the approvals necessary to make this project a reality on the very shores of Lake Ontario, where in fact many of our ancestors, as Adam Bello had alluded to, landed from when coming to this country. We are committed to this memorial, and we feel that it'll be a significant investment in the entire local community. Keep an eye on the project, as you'll be given a chance to take part if you choose to. That would be the Irish American Heritage Memorial. Thank you all. Who was that masked woman? You'll learn from her a little bit. At this point, I would like to recognize, as County Executive Bello and Deputy Mayor Burns all alluded to, this is a voluntary situation for us. But most importantly, you see smattered along the wall here, those people that have stepped forward in sponsorship of this parade, this little march in March, if you will. All these people come forward with their own hard-earned finances, and they support this parade on a one-on-one basis, or in some cases, thousands on one. The first that I would like to bring up here in acknowledgement is our Grand Marshal, I apologize, our, our corporate sponsor, Tops Friendly Markets. Tim Schilling is going to join me up here, but I would also like to announce Tops President Ron Ferry, the District Manager Melissa Dillon, and a woman who's always behind the scenes but always present for us at all the times, the Director of Corporate Communications and Public Relations, Kathy Sauter. At this point, Tim Schilling, our representative through Tops, is going to say a few words. Tim.
Thank you for your warm welcome. My name is Tim Schilling. I'm the Community Relations Specialist for Tops Friendly Markets. It's hard to believe Parade Day is right around the corner, and the team at Tops is excited to join all of you on the parade route for the 47th Annual Tops Rochester St. Patrick's Day Parade. Behind the scenes, the committee has been working hard to ensure another successful event that will delight parade participants with music, dance, and fellowship. And I would like to take this opportunity to recognize their efforts with another round of applause. "15 years as the title sponsor of this spirited event has flown by in a flash, but we're proud to return to be a part of this time-honored tradition. There is no other place we'd rather be on Parade Day. On behalf of Tops and our parade committee, we look forward to seeing you next Saturday as we celebrate the 47th Annual Tops Rochester St. Patrick's Day Parade. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim. In addition to Tops, we'd like to identify some of our standout sponsors. They would be Connors and Ferris, LLC. We'd also like to recognize DDS for their contributions year in and year out. First Student, who our transportation would be missing without them on Parade Day. They're the ones driving the buses of people from here to there, especially the honorees. You'll be back on a school bus again. I'm sure you're all looking for that. Looking forward to it. And of course, Canandaigua National Bank. We couldn't do this without a place to call home, and our home now is the Hilton Garden Inn on East Main Street. At this time, I would like to call up Caitlin Harris and Anna Falk to remark on what it is exactly you do when you host this parade stuff. Thank you very much, ladies.
Hello, my name is Caitlin Harris,
And I'm Anna Falk.
and we are so excited to be the host hotel again this year for the Top St. Patrick's Day Parade. We are located at 155 East Main Street, so we're right along the parade route. We have a fabulous restaurant called Drifters that opens at 11 a.m., and we will have drink specials and delicious grab-and-go food items.
We're also hosting the Celtic Family Fair, so there will be plenty of fun activities. So bring your families, kids for a day of fun. And then to kick off the St. Patrick's Day weekend on Friday, March 15th, in Drifters, we will have open mic night, so come on down for some food, drinks, some entertainment.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you, Caitlin. Please don't forget the Celtic Family Fair. You see the little sign behind Jim there. A phenomenal event for the youth and the wee ones, especially if the weather turns a little bit sour for them. But I like the fact that nobody made a prediction, especially with the politicians here. No offense, but whenever a politician says we're going to have, it never turns out to be that way. So we're thankful that you were positive and praying for the good weather. All much better. So. At this point, there is one more event that takes place on Parade Day, and that is the Run Under the Green, the traditional race that takes place starting in Parcel 5 and ending back at Parcel 5. And that couldn't happen without the tremendous work and planning of the race committee. And at this point, I'd like to bring up Race Director Jonathan Griffiths to have a few remarks for us. Jonathan.
Thank you. Yeah, a few years ago, we reached out to the parade committee to try to bring a race that's been in our community, known as the Run Under the Green, for over 26 years to the center city and to integrate it hopefully more with the parade. Our hope is that people have a chance to participate in the parade, but we offer a chance to run a 5-mile or walk a 5-mile race before the parade. So this year, Run of the Greens presented by the YMCA of Greater Rochester and UR Medicine, and as noted, it starts as a big start and finish line right on Main Street. So it's a great way to kind of bring people more to Center City, where the race used to start in front of the Blue Cross Arena. So the race committee, I just want to thank the parade committee for just welcoming us so graciously, and just I want to encourage people to not only come out to the race that morning, but to when they're done and they have their green donut and beer at the finish line, to please just to stay for the parade. The parade is such an important part of our tradition as a community here in Rochester, and we're just glad to be a small part of it as well.
In 1 second, we're going to see some of the fine entertainment that the Irish will bring forward. Before we do that, it was mentioned a few times, it's a volunteer committee. It is. And instead of listening to me yammer on all the time up here, I would like to introduce some of those people that are very important here to us. First of all, I would like to introduce to my immediate left our parade president, Mary Ann Tucker. On the far side of her, the lady that makes virtually everything go on in the parade. I think she has something to do with the weather too sometimes. Miss Kate McBride. And the rose between the two thorns, I take that back, is our up-and-comer is Barb Marchand. So a hand for all those people, as well as if you could stand up for a second and give a wave if you're on the committee, just out of your seats. There you go. There's some of the volunteers. The good news is my yammering is coming to a near end. Yes! She's also on the parade, well, she was on the parade committee. At this time, it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you one of our talented dance schools here from Rochester, the Rochester Academy of Irish Dance, or RAID.